What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and today I've got something special for you. We're going to be looking at what I believe to be one of the most overlooked, underrated crystals in the crystal world, right? There's a lot of crystals out there, and you can't get to know everyone, but I wanted to highlight this one particular crystal because I love it. I just love it so much. It's got so many uses which we're going to talk about here today, and that is Lodolite. Oh yes. Now it's an overcast, kind of dreary day today, and it's on these types of days where I love to pull out my Lodolites and just hang out with them. Because I feel like the energy of Lodolites is kind of the same energy as one of these overcast days. Right? When I think of Lodolites, I kind of think of like The Secret Garden. Have you ever seen that movie? I know it's a book too, but have you ever seen that movie? You know, they're in England, it's overcast, it's dreary, but they find this magical garden full of life, and it's green. There's all types of colors of green. And it's got moss, and it's got flowers, and it's got vines, and it's got weeds. It's got all the colors of a beautiful garden. And it's overcast and dreary at the same time. And for some reason, that's just the feeling I get when I'm near Lodolite. I can't describe it. I can only enjoy it. So I'm going to pull out some Lodolite crystals and just show them to you while I talk about this fantastic crystal and kind of share what I know about them. Not all of these are in my shop. Some of them are. Well, I'll talk about that anyway. This is not important. So Lodolite goes by many different names. It's called Scenic Quartz, it goes by Garden Quartz, Landscape Quartz. There's a whole bunch of different names for it because it does a whole bunch of different things, right? It's only fitting that it's got names to support all the things that it does, okay? They come from Minas Gerais, Brazil, generally. I believe that's the only place that you really find these crystals. And what they are is quartz crystals that are included with different minerals, right? So it's a form of included quartz. Oftentimes, this is going to be chlorite, feldspar, hematite, you know, it's a whole bunch of different things. And that's why they're so unique, is because Lodolites, every single one is different. There's no two that are alike because of all the different inclusions, right? You could see a million rose quartzes and like half of them would look the same, sure. But every single Lodolite is unique. It's its own little person. Because it's just, you know, the combinations of inclusions are always different. You never know what you're going to get. And the fact that it's a quartz crystal and it has all these different inclusions, the quartz really amplifies the vibration of these different inclusions. So we've already got a high vibe crystal at being a quartz, but now we've got all these different inclusions that combine to create a unique energy in the crystal, and it just creates a fantastic meditation tool. And I believe that's kind of its main purpose, right? That's not to say that crystals have a purpose or not a purpose, but they really excel in meditation because they provide a very calming ground. It's just like the secret garden. Their energy is like being in a garden surrounded by nature, right? They have a very nature vibe to them, at least the ones I like to work with. Okay, all of the ones you're going to see here, I think almost all of these are unpolished. And what you generally see with Lodolites is that people will polish them because they have such gorgeous internal scenery. And I think that's the most notable thing about Lodolite is the way that they look, right? Their energy is fantastic. Their energy is, I'll talk more about that. I'm just all over the place right now, okay? But I just want to talk about the way they look right now. They're called Scenic Quartz as well. And the reason why they're called Scenic Quartz or even Landscape Quartz is because when you look inside one, you see all these different, it's like a world in there. It's more noticeable when the crystal is polished. Like I said, I prefer the natural crystals because I love the energy of natural crystals. But when these crystals are polished, it's like looking into a kaleidoscope of a different planet, right? The play of minerals and just swirls of color is just it's amazing. And you can get lost for hours staring into a Lodolite. At least I can. You just get lost in them. And, you know, some Lodolites are going to have more inclusions than others. Some are going to be greener. Some are going to be orange. Some are going to be red. And it's just a toss-up to what's going on in there. And so, you know, I want to talk about their energy, but it's very hard to talk about their energy because, you know, depending on the inclusions, the Lodolite's going to do a different thing. Some Lodolites are fantastic for connecting with nature, and that's why some people call it Garden Quartz, because the energy is very natural. On some of these, generally the ones with more chlorites that I found. Chlorite's this green inclusion that you'll see in most of them. And they help you to communicate with the nature spirits, communicate with animals, communicate with plants, because they just get you in that very calm, very sedated, right, nature type vibration. And so I find that they're very good for that, some of them. But you'll also get lodolites that are like more intense, right? And these can be great for clearing the aura. They can be great for cleansing an area. They can be fantastic for so many different reasons. This one's like I'm not sure if you would call that double terminated. It's on the cusp. But I just love how they also come in different shapes, right? Some of them feel like they're meant to hold in your hand, like this one here. This one's in my shop, I believe. Like I was saying, like not all of these are in my shop. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some that you're gonna see are kind of in my personal collection, but kind of not. I just want to hold on to them for a while. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to let them go eventually, but I just want to hang out with some of these lodolites just for as long as I can. You know what I mean? So if you go to my shop, you'll see some of these. If you want to make an offer in any of these, I'm willing to listen. But communication is another thing that's really enhanced and boosted by this crystal, and not just verbal communication. I'm talking about communication in the higher realms. This is my baby here. This is this one's not for sale. Never. I'm sorry. Just look at the inclusions on this one. But yeah, communication is definitely boosted. And I was talking about communication with plants, animals, nature spirits, but also higher communications with your guides, with your higher self, with your angels even, right? This is a high vibe crystal, right? You don't forget that this is a quartz, right? This is a quartz on steroids, right? Already clear quartz is a very high vibration crystal, one of the highest in the crystal world. But now we've added these inclusions, and these inclusions kind of tweak the energy, and they boost the energy, and they change the energy to something that's totally unique. And I think, like, when I boil the reason why I like this down to a base, when I make my lodolite soup, when I get down to the core of why I love lodolite so much, I think it's because each one is so freaking unique. Each one is so different. They're like people. They are people. They're the crystal people, but especially the lodolites. They feel like every time you meet one, it's a different experience. Like I said, there's no two that are even remotely similar. And so it's always an adventure when you engage with their lodolites. And that's why I feel like they're kind of underrated, because sometimes, when they're in the unpolished state, as I like to have them in, they kind of look dirty. Some people might think they look dirty. They're easy to overlook. Really, they are. And I think the most important thing about lodolite is the energy. But, visually speaking, they're overlooked because they just kind of look ho-hum sometimes. That's why they have to be polished for people to really appreciate them. I don't need them to be polished, as you can hear. Like I totally get lodolites. I don't need to polish them. But when you polish them and look into them, I think a lot of people are sold on the concept, because they're like, it's just a landscape. Landscape Quartz is why some people call it that. So, I mean, these lodolites I can't say enough about them. I really can't. And it's great for healing. It cleanses the aura, cleanses environments, it's realigns your chakras. But primarily they're for meditation, I find. Like, when you take a lodolite with you into meditation, you're getting into this calm, relaxed state very quickly. And it helps you to ground to Mother Nature, to Earth, to Gaia. It helps you to connect with the higher chakras all the way up to Source, if that's what you want to connect to, right? The higher up you want to go, lodolite's going to facilitate that connection. So, I mean, there's really nothing that this crystal can't do, right? I've been talking about what it does, but I should have to make it shorter, say what it can't do. Okay, it could even be used as a bludgeoning instrument. I didn't recommend that, but this one I really want to hold on to for a while. This one's calling to me for some reason. I haven't worked with it yet, but this one's chock full of rainbows, and that's kind of one of the drawbacks here today of the overcast weather, is you don't get to see the sun hitting all these internal rainbows, but you can sort of see them. For those of you who've ever taken a picture of a crystal, you know that they don't really come through. You just have to take the word for it. You'll see a glimmer of it, but you have to just assume that the crystal has a bigger rainbow. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Why am I talking about that? So yeah, that's why I'm kind of attached to this one. Okay, but yeah, I just can't say enough about this. If you're into meditation, if you're looking to improve your meditations, if you're looking to improve your dreams and recall and remember and even control your dreams in a lucid dream state, then Lodolite's one thing to consider for sure. Something to keep near your bed, something to keep near your meditation space, something to keep where you're always looking, because they're just beautiful to look at when you really are appreciative of them. And so those are all the Lodolites I have. I mean, I don't have a bunch of polished ones, like I said, but hopefully that gives you a sense, an idea of what Lodolites look like and what you can expect from Lodolites, right? They do some healing on a physical level as well, but I'm not too into the physical aspects of the healing. But that's going to be the video, and that's going to be my Lodolite collection right there. I wish I had more, and I'm going to get more, but that's what I have right now for the most part. I got a few other little ones I didn't show, but you know. Anyway, Lodolites, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to learn more about crystals in general, please check out my crystal class at the Leon Mystery School. Everything I know about crystals is in that class. Not really, but I tried to stuff as much knowledge as I could put into that class, and I hope that you'll check it out. It's at www.kittensweightsandtarot. I'll put the link in the description box below, and there's a bunch of other classes you can take, including Will's crystal course, where he talks about the science of crystals. Oh, beautiful information going on in there. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for enjoying the video. If you did, leave a like, put a comment, tell me if you had any experiences with Lodolite, or if you want to have an experience with Lodolite. Let me know everything you know about Lodolite. Let's have a discussion. That's going to do it for me. I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy crystalling. Peace.